What's up, everyone? We are back for another episode of Spin from the Real. This isn't the personality, Chris Lopez. This is the one and the only Suge. But Chris is going to be joining.
I got a Hispanic last name, so Lopez, Jimenez. It's all the same. It's all the same. Don't
worry. Chris will be joining us in a little bit. We're just here. Chris had something to do that he almost forgot to do last minute, and now we got some time to kill because of this bum. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? We're glad you're here. Lucky to have everyone who's watching. Got a lot of not a lot of Schmodown to talk about because there's only 3 matches this past week. It feels weird saying that 3 matches is a slow week. It really does.
Right. We're used to having 5 or 6, and this week, and we have a really good pay-per-view. So it's not like we have shitty matches. It's we got some bomb matches. It's just we're so spoiled. We're used to having 5 or 6 matches every week, but this week we're not gonna have that many matches.
What's up, Corey? What's up, bud?
Corey, I like that. I like that he said "Hola, amigos." For the Hispanic representation. I appreciate it, Corey. Appreciate you. What's going on, man? So we have some matches to talk about this week, and we'll talk about those when Chris gets here. We'll also talk about last week's matches, preview the matches that we have this week. We'll talk about that bomb. It's a pay-per-view, right? It's Battlefield.
This one is a Battlefield, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the Battlefield match coming up. Super excited, man. Super excited. Schmodown's, like you said, it's been a busy week for us.
But it's been a slow week at the same time.
Yeah, this is a slow week, so I'm kind of happy.
We did get that free agency announcement, and I guess that's the perfect thing to talk about with Chris not being here. From Grace herself in the Schmodown Facebook page, she brought up the fact that we will be having 3 free agency periods. One in April, one in July, and one in August, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw the announcement, but I didn't memorize it completely. But yeah, we're gonna have 3.
I have a screenshot I sent to Chris. That makes this shit easy.
There you go. But yeah, I think this is good. I wonder if they're gonna expand rosters. That's something I wonder what they're gonna do.
I don't think we're getting the roster expansion. If I'm going to be honest,
you don't think you're gonna get it?
That's because they gave us that roster expansion. Here it is. Free agency list will be posted today. There will be 3 free agency periods, April 16th, June 1st, and July 19th. The trade deadline is August 1st. All rosters are finalized after August 2nd. A list of free agents will be posted on the website on April 1st and be updated once again on April 15th. The last place team will have first chance to anyone on the list. They will have 2 days to sign a player until the next team in the standing goes. If a team is tied in points, it will defer to record. If both teams have the same amount of points and record, it will defer to last year's standings, and the team who had the lower score will be up. As far as player decisions go, if a player is a rookie or has played 2 seasons or less in the MTS, they cannot negotiate where they play. It's a waiver wire situation. They can opt to sit out until the next free agency special if they choose. If a player has played in 3 or more seasons in the past, they can negotiate on where they play. Reminder, the teams only have 12 spots, so in order to take anyone on that list, the team must free up a spot. I got some issues with that shit.
What's your issues? Talk to me. Talk to me, Goose.
Why are we calling this free agents a free agency period when it's not really a free agency period, in my eyes at least? Because if you're doing a waiver wire situation and people who have 2 years or less in the league don't have the right to negotiate where they go, that's not free agency in my eyes.
No, but sorry, I got to stay hydrated. But if you technically look at it this way, it's the first year we're doing factions. It's the first year we have this thing going on. So it's a trial by fire kind of thing. I understand where you're coming from, but if you have only been playing under 2 years, which is meaning you played this last season and the season before, my niece Layla. Yeah, you're over here trying to check yourself out. If you played under 2 years, I don't. Yeah, I kind of understand why they don't want to give you the power to choose where you want to go. But I get what you're saying. Like we either got to make it all a whole. We got to make it a whole everything a sport, or not just some of it. And this feels like it's just some of it is becoming a sport. You know.
Yeah, here's my thing though, because a lot of these free agency players are players that weren't picked up in the draft, or some will be coming, and some will be coming out of the FCL possibly. Corey Cameron is April 15th too early for the first period. I think so.
I don't think so because I don't think any of these people that the list that they gave out is going to get picked up. Some are in the FCL and none of them. So we haven't seen some of them play. So there's no point in picking them up.
I mean, the one that might get picked up that we have seen play is Jared Haven.
I did see that you said that somewhere. I forgot where you said that. I don't know. Who is Jared Haven again?
You know, the Bachelor guy. He was the first match in the FCL last week.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to waste it. If they pick him up, it's simply because of the name. It has nothing to do with the trivia.
Here's my thing.
That's just being honest.
I'll say this. This is why I think I have an issue with it. Because these players were passed up. Like, if people really wanted these players, they could have drafted them and they decided to draft someone else. Why are you not giving some of these first-time players the same respect that you gave players last year? Molly Damon picked up right before the Star Wars tournament, never played a Schmodown match. Adam Collins.
I mean, she did. She did play a Schmodown match. Played a 5-way.
Oh, I forget the Star Wars Celebration 5-way. But you get my point. Like, it's not like they had this long proven track record.
No, I get it. I understand. But like I said, this is a trial by fire. This is the first year that we have faction. Well, yeah, this is the first. Technically, the first year we had. No, this is the first.
Last year we had factions and free agency.
Last year we had factions. Yeah. So this is the second year we have factions. This is going to be. It's a trial by fire again. Like I said, it's a trial by fire. They're trying to figure it out. It's not going to be perfect right now. I get it, but yeah. And we haven't seen most of the current players. Also, this might be a situation where a player tells the manager, "Hey, you know what? I thought I was going to be able to play. I don't have time.
Right.
I don't have the schedule." And so they could use this to, the behind the scenes is to be like, "Hey, this person actually doesn't have the time to play. So we're going to drop that person, and we're going to add this person because of that reason." But so that could be a reason.
Here's the thing. This is why I say this. Some of these players aren't going to have the right to negotiate that.
I mean, it is what it is.
And that's why I feel like it's a weird situation.
It is. I agree with you. It is. It is a weird situation. But like I said, trial by fire, man. It's the first year them doing this. It's the first, they're gonna iron out the kinks. We got to be patient. I think it's one of the things I see mostly in the Facebook group is they're always questioning everything instead of saying, it's their first year. They're trying to figure it out. Let's be patient. They want to argue about every little thing. Well, you said this. Well, you said this. Well, then you said this. I remember when Christian announced that the Pride was going to get the number one contender spot for our number one contenders match to contend for the teams. And then because we're originally a small tournament, then because of COVID, they were going to get the number one contender spot or a match. And then they switched it back to the teams matchup. So it's trial by fire. Things come up, things happen. You just have to roll with it. You have to kind of be, a little understanding. Like we go and watch Marvel movies and we have no problem with a guy freaking swinging a hammer around. And we have no problem believing that, but we can't just be like, hey, you know what? Maybe some things are going on behind the scenes. So we'll just believe what they tell us, relaxing everybody. It's fine. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess here's my you and I have always talked. You and I are similar where we have, or I should say, you and Chris are more similar because you have that wrestling side of point of view. I have more of the sports side. And when
that's not true. I'm more of a sports side. What are you talking about?
You're like the perfect balance.
I guess like you could say that. Yeah,
You
I'm more
balance
sports.
Yeah.
I love sports.
Yeah.
You know me. Sports is my thing.
Yeah, and I will admit I'm a heavy sports guy when it comes to this.
Yes, you are.
So because I view the Schmodown as a sport. When people ask me about it, I'm like, oh, it's a sport. It's movie trivia. Movie trivia is a sport. Yeah, it's a sport. You watch this, it's a sport. But if you're adding the sports aspect, don't take the fantasy sports route is kind of where I'm at. You know what I mean? Because fantasy is the one where you have a situation like this, not real sports.
Yeah, very true. This is definitely a fantasy thing.
Yeah. So I'm unsure how I feel about it. I'm gonna live with it because that's all I can do. I'm not gonna sit here and complain for days and days on end like other people may on the Facebook group or Twitter or whatnot. I have my show, I have my platform, I said my piece, and I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I like I said, I agree with you. I just like I said, we have to be patient. It's gonna get out. The kinks are gonna get worked out, and we'll eventually get to a point where everything makes sense. Everything's fluid, and everything is correct. And just right now, they're trying to build all this at one time. In the middle of a season too. They didn't get to like have an off season to kind of flesh things out. So it's kind of difficult.
It's difficult, and I guess that's part of the reason I'm so iffy about it because this league is ever changing. That's what's going on, and in sports you're not normally dealing with mid-season changes. If this had been announced at the beginning of the year, I think I'd be more behind it. But the first third of the season is kind of why I'm like, wait, huh?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like I said, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where you just have to kind of trust Christian. Like he's gonna get us there. And he's gonna get us to where it's fluid and everything like that. And that's one thing I do trust in Christian.
No, I will always trust Christian. What do you think about the trade deadline being in late August?
I like it because if you think about it,
or early August.
It gives you what, September, October, November, 3 months before Spectacular. So if you are a team pushing to get to win the team faction, you can make some moves. And that means you can trade people now up until August, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so right now, I mean, obviously, like Corey said, we haven't seen everybody play. So at least everyone's going to get a couple matches in before we even see a trade. Not like last year with the whole Bonnie thing. I think that was more of a behind the scenes thing or something. But to be honest with you, I think you're not going to see a trade till like July, and it's going to be something almost like talent for talent. It's gonna be someone's unhappy. Possibly see Chris Jericho go into the Rock Stars, or
possibly
Stars.
See Chandru traded out of Swag. So I mean, there are options out there.
Yeah, there's going to be options, and there's going to be moves, but I think that's not going to happen until July. To be honest with you, I think that I think you're going to not see any of those kind of moves. You can also leverage some picks if you know what you're not going to win. Yeah, that's very true too. So if you're like the last place team and you're like, look, we're not going to win, so why don't I send one of our top players for some picks next year? You could do that because it's not guaranteed that person's going to stay for the next season.
I don't know if we'll get that situation surely based on the fact that no, if they treat free agency in the draft the same way they did this year next year, then you only have 3 players. So trading a future or trading this next draft pick is a little bit harder of a situation because it's like, well, I only got 3 spots to hold, and why should I trade a first, or if it's middle of the picks, I see that as a more realistic option, the middle tier players. But a star, you're gonna have to give up a first. And
but if you're a top team and you take some, let's just example, the dungeon, and dungeon's in last place, and they're like, all right, well, we'll give us Dan Murrow, and we'll give you like a first round and a second round pick next year. And Kaiser's like, all right, because you don't know if you're going to be able to sign Dan Murrow next year, and you don't know if he's even going to get playing time. This also depends on what tournaments are going to be available at this time, because obviously you don't want to trade a top player if you can throw him in the singles tournament and get you back into some kind of running. So it just all depends on timing and stuff like that.
I will say this, based off of the standings that we have currently, what you just described, the two factions that would most likely end up having to pull something like this, if the factions were to like stay this way throughout the rest of the season, would be Corruption and Swag, because Swag's 2-4 with 5 points, Corruption's 2-3 with 4 points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Winston, like I brought up change room. Maybe Paul wants out, but like realistically, what faction? If you're one of those top factions, are you gonna? If you're the dungeon, are you gonna give up first for Paul when you already have Dan and Bateman?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the top factions would do it, but a bottom faction, let's say you're the Stars,
but you just said it's the bottom factions who will be the sellers most likely. So, I mean, that's why I'm bringing this up.
Oh, well, I'm saying the bottom are going to be the sellers, but the tops are not going to be the buyers. You're going to look at the middle pack. So let's say the Stars. The Stars, and Draco and Jeff lose the title. No longer titled, and they lose their first singles match. And then their tournament's coming up, and you're not really confident in Draco. Do you then trade for Paul Oyama if Swag is in last and get and you? It is not like you can trade and not keep Snyder and Draco. You might be able to keep them depending what you give up. But if you get a Paul Oyama, now you throw Jeff and Oyama in the singles tournament. Now and those are two top players right there. And as much as Draco's a great player in singles, he hasn't been great. So if you trade for a Paul Oyama and you're in the middle of the pack, and Roxy, you're like fifth, and all of a sudden Oyama and Jeff go on a run in the singles tournament, that could take you back up to first. So I don't think the top teams will be buying, but I think the bottom teams are going to be selling. Yo, what's up, Buck? Buck.
Well, joining us now after him taking a sweet old good time to get here is the personality himself, Chris Anthony Lopez.
Oh, y'all already wrong off the bat. I don't know what y'all were talking about, but wrong. Like, what the hell? What kind of takes are y'all coming up with today on this Monday?
Well, Chris, I just want to say I can tell you're half Mexican because you were late.
It's I'm running on MST, man. It's Mexican Standard Time today, and
there you go. That's right.
But we're rocking today. I'm assuming we're talking about some free agency, maybe some trades.
Yeah.
So just to give my quick 2 cents, I do agree that the bottom teams will be doing something or should do something. I don't know if they should be buyers or sellers, however, because it's still really early in the season. I don't want to start saying like, oh man, Corruption, they're in a rough spot. They have the same amount of wins as the Quirky Mercs, and they're second. And it's that one title match that makes that disparity between the two teams. I think Swag needs a move, and I know we'll talk about that tag match later, but especially after that tag match, Swag needs to make a move of some kind. And like I know like Paul Oyama's having that singles run that he's about to go on after he beat Bibbs, but like teams ain't cutting it. Your top team isn't doing so hot. Inner Geekdom, you just lost the belt in February, and who knows when Change will even get close to. We'll get close to that anytime soon. So we'll see. I'm not trying to knock Change, but especially with the story that they're trying to tell, Change may be on the trading block. If he doesn't want to be there, find a faction that wants him. Granted, there probably aren't too many.
I don't think any faction.
I know there probably aren't too many.
Corruption doesn't want him. Like that's
right.
Like, come on.
Like there's got to be somebody that's willing to take a swing on Chandru. Like I know like the characters.
There's people that want. No, there's people that want to swing on it.
They'll still swing on him.
But there's people that want to swing on Chandru. I can tell you that.
I think the Mercs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mercs make some type of move as well. Yeah, they're second, but they have 2 wins, and that one Demolanta win really put them in the position that they're in.
If it weren't for that Demolanta win,
they'd be struggling. They'd be struggling.
Uh-huh.
I get goosebumps when you talk about that Demolanta win. Ooh, makes me
man,
who picked Demolanta on here?
I don't want to talk. That match move. We're moving on. We're moving on. We don't like to dwell on the past. Right. We don't like to dwell on the past, Sugathan. But what we're rocking with is the future. Corey Cameron in the chat, Change is a high value player, so whoever wants him will have to give up something big. I mean, yeah, that's what also kind of makes him a hard sell at the same time. Like he'd have to give up something big in return. Because, I mean, that's a top-tier Intergeekdom player, whether folks like it or not, you know? So, man. The suspects are fine. The exchange is fine. The den is surprisingly pretty high. Like, I know they're one of the bigger question marks going into the season, but I think they're holding their own. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks with their matches and go from there. Corruption, we'll see what happens this Friday, and then we'll have this conversation again. Like, we'll see if they still have the singles belt by the end of the week. If they do, then they're going to skyrocket up the standings this week.
Yeah, they will jump if it's 8 if you defend, right? They'll jump to second place with that one match.
But if Dan wins, the Dungeon's going to have one hell of a lead.
They'll look like the Finstock Exchange early last year. That's really what they look like.
They'll have 2 belts in the faction, but of course we'll get to that later. But Corruption, Swag, the Stars, they're towards the bottom, and they had the same amount of wins as everybody else, with the exception of the Dungeon. But I would like some moves to happen. I know the free agency list isn't the most stacked thing ever. I know there are a lot of familiar names.
That free agency looks so weird. Mm-hmm. I understand if they would have kept it a little longer and then waited,
right?
But nobody on that list is getting picked up. No disrespect.
Yeah.
Like Andre Gallegos, he's gonna play in the FCL. So I would, if I was a manager, I'd be like, well, I'll let him play in the FCL and get a look at him there.
Right.
There's a lot of other players on that list. I would be like, I'll let you play in the FCL, and then I'll take a look at you. I don't see anybody getting picked up other than, like I told Matt, if there was a situation where somebody schedule just changed, someone got a job, somebody whatever, and then they were like, look, I can't play now. And so they go ahead and they get somebody to play.
Totally.
Other than that, I see nobody off that list getting picked up.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a person like Jared Haybon get picked up. Granted, he's playing in the FCL, but we've seen some Intergeekdom play this year, and some players just aren't up to code with what Intergeekdom is. Is he doing the best? No, he didn't do the best in this FCL match, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like what Suge said, some schedules change, some attitudes on certain players change, and here he is getting picked up. But at the same time, I don't expect him to do so. That's not something I'm expecting. But yeah, that free agency thing was really weird. It was really, really weird to see because there weren't too many all-stars or 8 I think with the rule that was in place of, if you're under 3 years of experience, you can't decide where you go. You're the faction that picks you up is just going to pick you up. That's kind of weird too.
It is weird when someone tells you can't do something. It's kind of weird. It's just.
I mean, if you're a free agent, are you trying to throw some shots at me, Suge? What's up? Did I tell you not to do something? Did Matt tell you not to do something?
Matt tells me not to do a lot of things.
All right.
I don't do shit.
So no, but I'm. There's gonna be moves. Moves will happen, but I kind of wish. I hope that something surprises the hell out of us. I think Chandru might be on the move because the whole Swag faction's turning on him. Everybody, even Laura Kelly's she's yo bum ass, you can't do anything. And Laura Kelly has a title shot coming up. Is she about to screw up her shot? Although she wants to be with the Corruption, Swag's not too bad of a second option for a faction. But if you trade Chandru, You got to get something good in return, like what my boy Corey Cameron in the chat said. Like Chandru just ain't freaking. Oh, I'm gonna trade you John Humphrey, and that ain't the move. No, that ain't the move. You got to give some of equal value, and maybe that's where you talk to the stars. Maybe that's where you talk to the Mercs, the Den. You know, someone that if they want to give a shot to Chandru, then by all means, freaking let him. Especially at this point with how my man's acting. Like he don't like Winston, get him out of swag. The hell,
yeah, for sure. I agree with you. I think moves that are going to happen are going to be late in the season toward August, where it's either
right before they solidify teams.
Yeah, really, because it's going to be the teams that are in the middle of the pack, top of the pack. Top of the pack might pick up someone, that maybe somebody gets busy or something.
It's it'd be insurance at that point.
It'd be insurance, yeah. And then finding out when our single, because we didn't get our singles tournament until October, right? October, November.
Last year we got it in August. Well, it was massive. Yeah, I believe it started late August or early September.
Okay, it had to been September because it went a while because it was 36 players. Because is he going to do another 36 players or is he going to do like 12 or? Because we're going to get. I honestly believe we're going to get one Inner Geekdom, two Star Wars. No, two Inner Geekdom, two Star Wars, two teams, or one teams, and then two singles. If he doesn't have a 36 massive player one, it's going to go to it's going to be two. Personally, was what I believe.
Okay, I'm totally expecting the big ass singles tournament at the end of the year. I know we're getting that.
I think that was I just think that was hard for so many players. So
right, and by big ass I mean like it'll be. I think we'll get one singles tournament this year, and that'll be the one.
Okay.
I know.
So you're thinking 16 or something like that?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be 16 or something around there.
Because you had to get the ball rolling on that, like unless you want to do it over the summer. But wouldn't that be a little too close to the one that we usually get in the year?
I don't know. I mean, it's all depending on, first off, will we still be in the digital age? Will COVID has COVID? Because right now, California is saying in May 1st, everything's open. May 1st, it's going to be everything's open.
Here we go.
And yeah, that theme parks are going to be open. That everything's going to be open now. So that's May 1st. That's a month away. So unless we get another spike, what is going to happen in May 1st? So that's telling to what is Christian going to go get a studio and just do players and managers only, no audience, and film those matches, and then you can have studio matches that way.
Mm-hmm.
You can then, if you do it that way, then you can make that tournament later in the year because you film them early, and then you have them in the can, and you say, okay, we're going to start releasing these in September, and by the time we're finished, it'll be December for spectacular. So the winner obviously will then get their match against
whoever the champion is.
Whoever the champion is, and then this lets you focus on Inner Geekdom, Star Wars teams, especially we can already, because I think, what was it, before we even got this team's matchup, Christian has said he hated filming teams digitally.
Yep.
Because there must have obviously been some kind of problem in this team matchup that we saw. Obviously, it was edited, so we didn't see much of it, but there was something happened. We just don't know what it is. And so I think he wants to hurry up and get into a studio right away so he can do a teams tournament and film it and not have to do over digital.
Right.
And so I think what you're saying is how massive, because if he's able to get in a studio, he can make it a 36 player tournament again.
Right.
And just film it, take 2 or 3 days and film it. Yeah, a lot of people do not live in Cali. That is true. So that would be one of the issues.
That's the main problem, right? Like a lot of folks don't live in the vicinity of wherever the studios are.
But Christian isn't opposed because he's done it before. We know that he's done it before. He will fly the talent out to Cali if he thinks it.
No. It's talent comfortable with flying.
It's all best. It's all best. COVID.
But here's the thing: all he's gonna do. Hey, I'm thinking about having you come in for a studio match. Are you comfortable? They're gonna say yes or no, and that'll be the end of it. Like it's not that big of a factor. Everyone's gonna have their different opinions on it.
I truly believe people are gonna say yes as long as if people have their COVID shots, their second shot, and as long as they have their second shot. they'll probably even go to the point of just like, hey, if you're not actually playing the match, you have to have your mask on. If you're playing the match, obviously there'll be enough separation of 6 feet, so that's not going to be an issue. So I think people will be very open to that, saying, "Yeah, I'll come play."
Totally.
So that is, I think by that time, like I said, California is about to open up. You know, we all know that Texas and Florida has already been opened up.
Florida lined up their numbers to begin with, so that's why they opened up.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things. I will say by like April 23rd, if we haven't had a big spike in everything, especially after Easter weekend, I think things will open up. And by June or July, Christian will be able to do studio matches.
And that's if there's not a spike in the beginning of the summer, you know, in May. Like there's a lot of uncertainty still between now and then. And I know there's some competitors in the Schmodown that are high risk. And like the vaccine isn't like we don't become immune to shit like that. And I don't want this to become the vaccine podcast. But I want to play things by ear, and I guarantee for the safety of the people that Christian will be potentially flying in to do things. Then yes, like I think safety is the number one concern, especially if you're flying in a bunch of people for a teams tournament, depending on how big that tournament is. So we'll see.
Well, that's the thing. How they can set it up, though, Chris, is you get a studio or get a theater, and the theater's big enough so you can have people separated. But you tell people, okay, your match is between 11 and 1 o'clock. So you show up at 11, you play till 1, and then you leave. Then the next group comes in from 1:30 to 3 o'clock. You know, then the next. So you can keep people from interacting with each other, and only have the managers, the players, and the announcers there. And it keeps it really low risk. I mean, it's still a risk, but it'll be low risk. I think that's one of the ways to do it, and Christian will do it once he sees that California is okay to do that. And I think people will be comfortable with that scenario because you're not going to have a bunch of people there. Like you hear it all the time where people were talking about in studio matches, there'd be people there that weren't playing, you know, watching. So you're not going to have that. So it'll be very easy.
I mean,
we won't have that problem for a while.
You could. It might just be like everyone can bring one person with, like the people playing can bring one person with them or something.
That's even.
Eventually. That's why I said the people playing, because like let's like Chris for R6, because you know the Rager brings the Rager. Let's say the Rager brings the Rager.
Sure.
Things like that. That's what I'm referring to.
And I mean, totally. Like if I think for to start, it's only going to be essential personnel. Like it's not going to be like, oh, you can bring a friend. It's like no, like that. I think that's irresponsible, right? Like that's it wouldn't be like talk about if we're trying to be safe. Like essential personnel is the way to go, and like because the last thing we need is people to get sick because of this, and then like the whole like all it takes is one, and that's the problem. And I mean we'll see. Yeah. There's a bunch of
but I think that once he's gonna it's weird for me to say this, but I understand. But he's kind of gonna it's probably gonna be a thing that you have to bring a COVID card that you've been.
Right,
you know?
That too.
And I know I am so anti, like, I have to show you anything. I don't believe in all that, but for safety of people who truly care about your fellow man, just show the card. Hey, I got my
time though. Just from following these Schmodown personalities on Twitter, Instagram, you see that a lot of the main players, some of the higher tier talent, most of the managers, they're all basically fully vaxxed now.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of them. I mean, I'll be fully vaxxed. I'll be fully vaxxed in 2 weeks, and then by the time when you guys get fully vaxxed, we're gonna all go swap some spit and some beer and stuff. So, you know.
No, let's pump the brake. We'll pump the brakes on that. But no, I totally get what y'all are saying. I do expect to be in the studio. Not me, but I expect the matches to be in the studio by the end of the year, 1,000%. I mean,
we're gonna be there
because I'm hoping for a live event by December. That's my.
Oh, we're gonna be at a live event. We're gonna be at a live event for Spectacular, like I said, and we're gonna be drinking beer, drinking out of the same beer bong, doing shots off of Matt's chest. And
Chris is the one who's got the chest more for that.
Me?
He does chest day every day. That's why he has the chest.
Look, so I mean, and I'll end my thoughts on this. So I know a lot of music festivals are starting to announce their lineups and things. If all this goes correctly, I'll be attending Bonnaroo in September, and that's one of the bigger fests of the year, right? So if that goes through and everything's all hunky dory, then we should be all right. But who the hell knows? September is still months out. That's 5 months away, and it's your birthday. What day? What day is your birthday?
September 23rd.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. But no, I
not look at all my names. 323.
Oh, 23rd. What's the 3? Wouldn't it be that would be like March 20th?
Okay, if you really want to know, 33 2 Magic Johnson, 2-3 my birthday.
LeBron James.
No, not LeBron James. Nobody. No, get out of here with that shit. And then if you see Suge Knight,
he just got you this. Shush.
First off, that's fake. That's fake. So put it away. Okay? You only deal with the real stuff. No, I'm giving Matt a hard time. Matt's the homie. But no, on the real though, yeah, I totally agree with you. Agree with you, Chris. That I personally feel that we will be having a spectacular this year. That will be the first live event. You saw today. I saw your post about the Texas Rangers. Their stadium was full.
Ooh,
hey,
yeah.
like this last year hasn't happened.
I saw people praising that in Cleveland today, and I'm like, I just want to smack your head off right now.
Globe Life Stadium was
I know I don't want to go off on this tangent. I get it. It's been a weird year that we've been on lockdown, and it's starting to drive people crazy. So I get people want to get out, but the safety. The safety is a big thing. I'm a high risk person because of my health condition. So if I get this shit, I don't know if I'm gonna survive. So if I go out, I want to make sure all y'all like do some crazy things for me. Do a crazy funeral for me. So
yeah. People in here in DFW are wilding.
Is that Dallas, Corey? Because he's from Dallas. I know.
Dallas.
My man's out in, I mean, Texas is Texas has always been a thing.
I had a friend move from California to Texas simply because in Texas they're not really advocating for people to wear masks and stuff. So they were like, "Yeah, I don't want to be in California anymore." Like, I get it. This shit's driving people crazy, but you got to be careful. And it's not only for the competitors or the showdown, but it's for us.
Right.
If we go and then, like I said, I'm high risk. If we go and Chris, you don't know you have it, and you get me sick, because we're hanging out, drinking it together, and then I die. Like, that's on you, bro. Just think about that. You killed me.
See, and this conversation took a real hard right, and we need to straight back on course.
Part of so I finally got to meet the other day. I live in Texas, and it sucks here.
Partis. Like, I mean, I'm not too far from you. Do we have to have like a Texas meetup, a Spin from the Real Texas meetup? Like Corey and
I'm 8 hours from Texas. I was actually supposed to be in Texas. I was gonna meet up with the Cinefanatics, but I ended up not being able to go.
Damn, is the whole party in Texas? The Cinefanatics are in Texas? Gee.
Cinefanatics late to the parties in Arizona. Yeah, Cinefanatics is in Texas. There's a lot of people in Texas, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I cannot wait until we get something in California and we all get to come over here and we're gonna get crazy.
I'm jonesing. But there's a bunch of matches that happen first before we can even think about the stuff going on later this year. And the one that we got last week that Suge saw, but Matt and I didn't at the time, was Peggy Gubbins and Paige Forbetti. This matchup of two rooks that really these two ladies took the heart of Shimodan fans everywhere just by this match alone. And I mean, I will be the first person to say now, I was late to the party to watch this match, and I mean, it already felt like we were late to the party last week, and the match had just gone up to patrons. But I would like to submit my application to become the secretary of the Peggy Gubbins fan club. I know I teased it last week, but I'm fully in it now. That promo that Suge was hyping up, It met my expectation. The match itself was well fought. It was awfully competitive throughout the whole thing. And like these two ladies, although spoiler alert, by the way, for all these matches, Peggy Gubbins came out on top. Paige still looked great in the process. Like
Absolutely.
both of these ladies, they really bring a different energy to the Schmoedown, and that's something I was looking forward to with this rookie class. Like it's a bunch of new personalities, new faces, these likable personalities and likable faces. Whether they're PG or they're Boston badasses, I'm really rocking with these two ladies. And the fact that that Peggy, who didn't have the best first round, right? She came back, bounced back in the second round with that Oprah Winfrey will slash out to Oprah Winfrey, right? And then she only has to answer a 2 or 3 in the third round. Call it a day. We have a winner. But Paige still looked really good. It's just that third round sunk Paige in the process. Missing the 3, missing the 5 didn't help her case at all. But we've seen that a couple times with rookies this season. Yeah. Like we saw that happen with Lomas, where he went 0 for 3, right? But Paige, like, she still looked fantastic. I love the vibe that she has with Sam. Like she looked great in a loss, which doesn't happen too often in the Schmoedown. Right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm all for these two ladies, and I hope they do well in the future. I'm excited to see where Peggy goes, and I will double down on saying this now. I want Peggy to play Radis. Like I think as we said it last week.
I want, as he described to us, I want the Frankie Alvarez Radis match. I want their
that too.
Match.
That's good. I like the feud for Gubbins and like. For to me, that was the best rookie match so far this season. Yeah, like between two rooks, totally. Like it was competitive. Yeah. Like what else do you want of a match like this? Besides them going perfect, because obviously they didn't. But it was still really well. It was well fought, and Gubbins looked great. Suge, I know you've been sitting on your thoughts for a week now. What'd you think about it?
I've been sitting on him for a while. Look, first off, the promo. It's that promo emotionally got you so invested in this match. It wasn't even funny. Right. Like emotionally, you were like, yeah, I want to root for Peggy. But then when they brought in Paige into that promo and you had them going at it, you kind of were like, damn, I don't want Paige to lose either. Like I want Peggy to win, and then I don't want Paige to lose. Right. And then you get to that first round, you go, damn, okay, Paige knows how to play this game. She was late to the party, but she knows how to play this game. She knows this game. Right. And you're looking at Peggy, and is it nerves? What's going on? Then you get that great motivational speech from Kate that says, "Get out of your head. You need to." And what does she do? She goes perfect in round 2. You know, and Paige, not bad too. Round 2 herself, she plays pretty good in round 2. I think.
What she had mystery movies? She had mystery. Yeah,
she had
right?
mystery, and she went she played like a pro. She like we said with Radis, she did multiple choice where she had to. Still got it.
Yeah, she played well.
And so you're going into that third round, and it's anybody's ball game. And that third round did seek Paige, and one of the things what I love about the Schmoedown and why I think people when they complain about it, it's irritating. This match tells you why the Schmoedown is so great.
No. I want to be the president. I want to be the president of the Boston Badass Fan Club.
This match shows you why the Schmoedown is so great, because you can go into that third round with the lead, and you might not come out of that third round with the lead. You know. You might, and I have my damn earphones. No, I thought I had my earphones wrong. You will might not come out of that third round with the lead. And yes, Paige did not know her the answers to her questions, but like you said, she doesn't look bad in this match. No, she actually looks. She comes out looking really good. And I like what Christian said. This could be a great rivalry. Down the line, I can see them playing each other for a number 1 contender spot. I can see them playing.
They both had the next great Schmoedown competitor edge to them. It felt like
they came with a different energy that we hadn't seen out of the rookies. So I cannot agree more with Partis' statement in the chat. Like this is the best rookie match so far because both rookies looked great. Like it wasn't a case of like in the Radis V match that Radis They both did all right in the first round, but Radis took the lead in the second. They both played really well. Peggy was still down at the end of the second because Paige still did really well in the second as well. But that third round is what makes the difference. And I mean, missing your fives in close matches like this, like you can't be doing that. But still, like Paige came out like she came out like a ball of fire. And obviously, we had her on the show last week. We had her on the show a few times before that. It's like, yo, like she comes in with this. Yeah, I'm a fan, but I'm here to wreck shit while I'm here. And yo, she made a fan out of a lot of folks this past Wednesday publicly, right? But damn, like Paige, no diss if you're still in the chat, no diss in regards to the PG fan club shit, right? Like I'm just like this. I will happily submit for my membership card for the Boston Badass fan club, 1000%. Like like man, get out of here. I'm not talking to you. So like the thing with Peggy and Paige, this could keep going, and this was a rivalry that was made up in the last month. It's not like they knew each other before this, right? They don't have that built-in camaraderie,
and it's organic,
right?
It's organic
because they both get it, and they know.
Yeah, and then you have Paige on Twitter.
Stop changing my name, man.
Then you had Paige on Twitter, saying, "Look, I want a rematch." I can easily see them both playing other people, and then you give them a rematch, whether it be this year or next year. Which would be awesome.
Later this year. If Paige wins her next match, and let's say Peggy
I don't think Christian will put it that early. That doesn't even make any sense. But down the line, when he sets up singles tournaments, like could you imagine if they ran both of their first round single tournaments, and then they played each other in like the second round? Like that would be amazing. So I think they both earned a lot of fans. I feel like they are both top tier competitors, and I love it. And I just think that if they bring that same energy and they get the studying up, I think they're both gonna be amazing. And
Australia isn't a war movie, just saying.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. That was I don't know much about Australia, I'll be honest with you. I don't know much.
The continent or the movie?
Both. But I would agree. I did see that a lot, that people were saying that it's not a war movie. Could have challenged it if you know
with
that
the globe. It's with the globe on the brink of World War II. It's not actual World War II or anything.
It's a movie. It's a movie not about war, but has war in it. And that makes any sense? Because obviously World War II is the part of the subject matter. Because when that question came up, and I was trying to think to myself, like, because obviously they've been in multiple flicks together, but I'm like, what came out? I didn't consider Australia a war flick either, but I'm like, I get why. And I know, like, the question writing, like, I'm not saying it was bad in this case, but like it's making you think, and they're trying to throw you off just with certain keywords, because war technically does apply, but it's not like Saving Private Ryan or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, so
like you think of 1917, Saving Private Ryan,
right? Like you think of movies that contain a lot of like gunfire and like people
Dunkirk.
actually in the war. Word. So like that was my 2 cents on it, but at the same time, like I guess by default, Australia is a war movie, but even that 5 was a little bit tricky too.
Ooh.
Rematch with oh, big words coming from the Boston Badass in the chat. Big words. I mean, Paige, by all means, it's like you look like a killer out there. It's just like those, like the 3 and the 5, just they got away from you. And I think Paige, whoever she faces next, like it's gonna be one interesting ass matchup, and she's definitely somebody for Sam that he can rely on. Not only does she bring that energy of a fan, right, that gives a shit, but she's pretty damn good at her movie trivia. She was leading the whole way until the 3rd round, and those 2 questions escaped her. So that's like,
exactly. That's why I say. That's why I say with this matchup, this match, you can't really hate on either player, because Peggy had her troubles in the first round. And look, let's be honest. If Peggy doesn't get Oprah, or Paige somehow gets some a category she knows, she might run away with that match. She might be in TKO, because Peggy was really down in that first round, you know, and I give it up to Kate. She got her back in that match. She got a favorable spin, and that helped her out.
Oprah, a new category, not as deep. Smart to take it.
Right.
Like, no, Oprah should be pretty deep. She's been in a lot of movies.
No, I'm talking about it's a new category.
It's newer. So a lot of the
questions up top aren't harder. They get harder basically.
It's not like action and adventure where they're like we've been seeing that category for years.
I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're saying. I would still think Oprah's pretty deep because she's been in the round for a while, but yeah, I can see the questions being a little.
I thought that was one interesting ass wheel slice. I mean, not only is Peggy from Chicago, and then like you know it's Oprah, you know, but when the questions were being asked, I'm like, yo, like Oprah's been in some shit. like I'm over here damn, like Oprah's been in some real shit, ain't
Color
she?
Purple, Selma.
Mm-hmm. So I'm over here thinking to myself, like, okay,
Peggy. I just name black movies.
Right. I mean, Oprah. I mean, I hope you name black movies when you think of Oprah. So, like, Peggy was down 2. Paige was up, and they both did really well in the second round. Paige only went to multiple choice once, and yeah, it was a 1-point game, but it's just that third round. And the third round's intimidating as hell. For anybody, right? Especially if you're a rook, and the questions didn't really fall in Paige's favor. But after that first round, Peggy went perfect. Peggy did not miss a damn question. And maybe it was Kate. Maybe Kate's motivational. Kate pulled a Roxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so Paige over here speaking her truth. I love it.
I'm like, by all means, like I feel like Paige about to slit my throat. But the thing with Peggy, right? Like after that Kate motivational speech, she didn't miss a question. And she got the maximum amount of points that she could have. And it's like, damn, I don't know who that says more about, Kate or Peggy or both. You know, like
it says it for both.
They both look great. Everybody looked great in this match. Everybody involved.
Right.
Like I really enjoyed this match.
And this is like what I said. And going into the third round, if let's just say Paige picks different numbers and she gets an easier question or a question that she knows. That's the big thing about the Schmodown is that third round when you get to choose your numbers, that is on you. It's on nobody else. It's your fate. So Paige could have chose numbers and she could have got a 5-pointer that was about Boston, and it would have been like, this is But
it's like your 5-point question is in a category of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah,
it's like we
would all that's like when Alex Damon gets Star Wars and Eric Geekton, we're like, what the?
It's like really?
Suge, that is the perfect transition actually, because we have been talking about this match for a minute. But Suge,
Paige, you did great.
Great match.
Yeah, great
match. But here, real quick, Corey Cameron, they need to change the perception somehow. New / less used categories shouldn't be more surface level and mixed up, in my opinion. I agree.
I don't know, Corey. Matt is saying that because
maybe he hasn't. A lot. The competitors even say it when they get in. Like, look at SNL last year when LSM got it. Look at how surface level those.
That was in the Chance Ellison match, right, in the singles tournament. Because I remember being bitter.
No, that's all right. That was Rachel Silvestrini when she got SNL.
Was it?
Yeah.
Either way, when I heard those SNL questions, I'm like, yo, come on. And I know like it was because I believe it's the first time the category was pulled.
Yep.
It is
first
what it
time
is. Ever. Okay. And I'm not like, and I agree with Corey. I think Corey's preaching to the choir. I think it should be a nice mix, but at the same time, the questions are subjective. Like that's it's what it boils down.
Look at that 7 brides for 7 brothers question. I knew.
Right.
I knew.
Right.
Okay. Whose match was that? Jesus Christ, I can't even think right now. It was last week.
It was last week. I forget what happened last week.
That was Preston and White.
Preston and White.
There you go.
It was White's question. I knew 7 brides for 7 brothers. Okay, not a lot of people know that movie. So you're right. It's very subjective. If you don't know about it, then you just don't know. So exactly. I hate when people do that. Like I know certain movies behind. Like ask me a Top Gun question, I know it. Any other kind of movie, I probably don't know it. Some things I do know, some things I don't. So I hate when people throw that out there. Well, I knew it. Okay, you knew it. You don't
Right.
know if 20 people next to you know
Right.
that answer. So
Right.
stop saying it's easy because you know it. It's easy because you know it. It's not easy because the next 20 people next to you might not know that.
Right.
So I get where y'all are saying that. Like I said, I don't know where Matt got that information about those questions being like that. Maybe they are surface level.
It's a general thought.
This is a general thought that you always hear people say.
Okay.
You hear managers say it. You hear players say it on matches. They will say it literally in the match. Newer category. Nobody's really used it. That normally means the first couple times it's used at surface level. Let's go with that. You just landed on it.
And Paige said she would have aced Ben and Matt. I guarantee you she probably would have.
I bet you would have.
She would have ran through that.
Look, Paige, I bet you would have kicked Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's ass. Like I guarantee it. If the question was about the town or like I said last week about some FIFA pitch shit, I would have marked out if we got a FIFA pitch question.
She would have ran through that category like I ran through my kids' Easter egg candy yesterday.
I got this chocolate bunny off to the side that's just eyeballing me.
Yo, Suge. By the way, who designed that horrible looking Peeps cake that you posted on Snap yesterday?
Oh, that was at a party, man. It was the worst thing in the world. It's so much. Just looking at it, my blood sugar went up.
It was Peeps cake, bro. Yeah.
Somebody made a chocolate cake.
Yeah. I don't even know if it was chocolate. I don't even know it was chocolate.
It looked like chocolate. Reminder.
It was Peeps on the
dyed green coconut on the top.
Yeah.
And robin eggs on the top.
Yeah.
By the way, though, before we get too distracted, and since we are talking about the matches, updated standings. Chris and I both went. All three of us actually went 2-1 last week. Chris calling the.
How'd you guys go 2-1?
I missed the inner geekdom.
Yeah,
but I only chose Alex Damon.
Yeah,
right.
He and I chose Shazam. You chose Final Exam.
That's where I messed up.
And we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Yeah, we'll talk about that damn match. Let's talk about Inner Geekdom for a bit, since that's the match that Matt and I we underestimated Alex Damon after weeks of saying never underestimate Alex Damon, and here we are.
I said never underestimate Alex Damon in Star Wars. And why did he win this match? And this is a preview for my real slice of the week because of this. Star Wars.
What the hell? What the hell?
He's got to be the luckiest man in all of Schmo. I just lost my belt, and I'll spin the wheel. Oh, Star Wars! Let's go. This is just practice for my next championship match. Let's go.
Hey, look it. You can bitch and complain all you want.
No, I'm not bitching.
It's in Inner Geekdom.
I know. No,
you spin it.
I'm not bitching and complaining about that. Let me put that out there right now. This is me just like, this man is so lucky. You got to respect it. But man, oh man, that Spider-Man question, the Spider-Man slice reared its head again.
2 for 2. It's claimed 2 victims this year.
I felt this one was easier than Humphrey's, but it still wasn't that easy.
Didn't do Craig that much justice.
No, it didn't.
And let me tell you something. I had said this in my preview to this match, and if you are not following me on TikTok, please make sure to follow me.
Where can people follow you on TikTok, Suge?
Suge Knight 323. I'll be doing a lot of my videos. I'll be dropping one tomorrow morning. I think Craig needs to take a break from running Defense Stock Exchange because this match got to him. This match really upset him, and it got to him. And I think Craig is a great talent, but you can tell there's been a drop off in Craig, and I have to take that back. There's not a drop off because he's gone through a lot of stuff. But this year, I think he's taken on a lot more than he should have, and he needs to focus on himself. And I truly believe that he is a great player. He's going to be a champion one year.
Yeah.
But the frustration got to him in that match, and you can see it. And that hurt me.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing
because that's why I went with Craig. Like I straight up said, I'm like, look, I know Craig's been studying for this. Damon could be playing mad, but I'm going with Craig because Craig just has that mentality. He has that future champion mentality. Yeah. Granted, I will now say this: Alex Damon is my favorite for his match against Mike Kalinowski. I'll say that right now.
After Mike freaking KO'd him,
Revenge Tour. Revenge
Star Wars.
Tour.
Let's also keep that in mind. Like my man pulled Star Wars in the second round. Let's keep that in mind.
Hold on. I don't care because he still went almost perfect for the entire match.
Sure, I know that, but you got to remember something again, and I'll say this again. Alex Damon has 3 silver bullets. The problem is if you don't get one of those silver bullets, you'll Kalinowski happens again.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Just saying, if he doesn't spin Star Wars in the second round, and he spins DC or he spins Marvel or he spins DCU, Alex Damon gets KO'd. We've seen it happen. It happened.
Here's my thing.
I'm not lying. Kalinowski knocked him out.
There are now only 3 people in the entire Schmodown who have ever beat Alex Damon. There's only 3. That is Ken Knapsack, that is Mike Kalinowski, and that is Andrew DeMolanta.
Adam Whitworth.
Who?
Adam Whitworth. Not Adam Whitworth. Jesus Christ. I don't want to say Adam Whitworth. Sam Whitworth. Yeah.
Excuse me. No, because Ken beat Alex to play Sam. We never got to see him versus Whitworth.
Yeah, they did.
We've never seen Alex versus Whitworth. That's the one people have been clamoring for.
Damon Whitworth by themselves.
Yeah, but they played in a 4-way or something, and Sam Whitworth won.
I know. Leo Logan's in the chat. My man,
Leo Logan, back me up on this. Leo should know this.
The Schmodown Encyclopedia. That is the Logan.
Yeah, he should know this. Yeah, they played in a 4-way or a 5-way, and Sam Whitworth won.
I'm going to his record.
But in regards to Alex Damon, right? This match is
he's only got 3 losses total on his record. He lost to Ken in the 5-way. Which
is that for Star Wars? Are you looking at Star Wars?
Yes, that is for Star Wars. He's 6-2 in Star Wars.
Yeah, so then
he has the 1 loss in Inner Geekdom to Mike Kalinowski.
Damon's okay. It was what? Oh wait, it was.
Whitworth. Oh, you got it. You got it inverse.
I got it. Yeah, I got it inverse. It was Whitworth.
So you're right about the number, but you're wrong about
who it was. Yeah, I had the inverse.
Right.
Okay. I'm sure.
Thank you guys in the chat.
Yes,
I don't know what I'd do without you, Leo Logan. My life would just fall apart. My best friend.
That's why Leo Logan's the man.
But in regards to Damon, I would have loved to see this match pan out if Damon got DC, if Damon got Dystopian Future or some shit, right? Like I want to see how this match is different. It's only a 3-point loss for Barbarian. Not a bad match by any means. Craig still played it really, really well, especially going 3 for 3 in the 3rd round. Like you don't see that too often nowadays, but especially in Inner Geekdom, you have to do it. You have to go 3 for 3. But since Damon has such a big lead going into the 3rd round, he can miss his 3, which he did, and he nailed his 5, which won him the match.
Yeah, but that 5, I don't know if Craig was so angry about that 5 being as easy as it was, or the fact that he answered it. But it was I was pretty.
I forget what was the 5 because I remember.
Name 2 of the Raptors.
Oh yeah, I was like Blue.
It's like
is
Blue
one.
and
Echo. That's Blue and Echo. Blue Echo, Charlie, and Delta.
Yeah.
Blue Echo, Charlie, Delta.
And then he named all of them, and that's when Craig just fucking throws Elvis, like just tosses him. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, because I remember where A, B, C, D, E. Where's A? The alpha on the alpha.
Yeah,
it's real shit. Like yeah. I think this match is a few things, right? One, that Alex Damon is he's still really good at Inner Geekdom. Yes, Star Wars he got lucky with the spin. And I would love to see this match if he didn't spin Star Wars, but hey, it's the luck of the wheel. I can't really complain. And the second thing, I kind of agree with Suge. Like my man Craig was, or the Barbarian was awfully flustered after that second round. And yeah, my man went 3 for 3 in the 3rd, but does he need to, ease up on this stuff? Partisan in the chat, Damon knows it's Jurassic Park as well. I mean, by all means, right? I mean, there are only so many films in the franchise that probably be like real easy to study and solely spend some time with. But in regards to these bigger categories, right, where there's a lot more films, for a guy that's life is Star Wars, I can't. I mean, at the same time, I can't really doubt anybody in the Schmodown, especially if they play Inner Geekdom. But Craig, he's still like my man still played it really, really well. Yeah. But his frustration, he wore that on his face, and Elvis wore it on the floor. So like we need to keep that in mind as well. Plus, if you're the Barbarian, a loss in Inner Geekdom to start the season is not the way you would choose to start this war. You know,
Yeah,
I know my man's multiple
yeah.
different player, but taking a loss like this, it's a loss nonetheless, and that's a problem.
Well, yeah, not only that, but Barbarian was so highly scouted as being the next
Guy,
thing. You know, the
right?
Dan Murrell, the Rokas, and you were talking about he lost to Chance Ellison last year, and then he lost to Bibiani in the singles tournament, and he didn't.
Bibbs needed a perfect game to get that W too.
And that's the thing. Yeah, he needed a perfect game, but it's like it. I think it's just frustrating him because he's right there. Because once you win one match, you start getting the ball rolling. He's gonna run off some matches,
right?
And he's not running off matches. He's losing matches, whether they be so close, whether they be for reasons of just the other players just playing great. He's still taking losses. So you're still thinking he lost the singles, lost the IG. Now he's lost 3 matches in a row. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Like losing, I know, like we say, like on the show, a win's a win, but at the same time, like as dumb as it might sound, like a loss is still a loss. Like we need to keep this shit in mind because I mean I was highly anticipating Barbarian Kalinowski. Highly, I really wanted to see that matchup. 2 guys who had been pretty damn good at what they do in the Schmodown, right? But Alex Damon coming in like, oh, I just lost my Star Wars belt. Let me go poo on the Barbarians parade and go to face Kalinowski later next month. Which is that match now, like what Suge said, like it's a rematch, Like this is a new fire under his ass Alex Damon who isn't comfy as a Star Wars champ anymore. And he's a new man as far as I'm concerned. Same thing for Matt Kalinowski. That'll be the first time we see him this season. We'll be in that match against Damon. So I'm eager to see what these 2 guys do. But another great win for the Stars. Like Corey Cameron in the chat, do you think Barbarian should focus more on IG or singles? Ooh,
I think he needs to focus on singles. I think he needs to leave IG alone for now.
Yeah, I think he needs. I'm with Suge because he's shown us what he can do in singles. You when you have to make Bibiani throw a perfect match just to beat you, and you've played well in every other singles match that you've had. There's only one thing to do, and that's focus on singles and teams technically because that's the overlapping knowledge, and he's kind of made it known he'll be involved in teams. So
there's a reason why people were upset or people were questioning that Barbarian wasn't in Rushmore. There was in the Finn Stock Exchange team going into the tournament. There's a reason why because Barbarian's damn good at what he does in singles.
I think that's the biggest mistake.
So I get it. Real quick. Do you know what Craig's singles correct percentage is?
Oh, like his accuracy rate.
His accuracy rate.
It went down, but it's like
no. I said for singles. Singles hasn't.
Oh, isn't he 90?
My guess is 87.
93.33.
Yeah, because in his first matchup against Clee Wiggins, he went perfect, and his singles matchup, he's really good. I just think he needs to probably just let IG be.
IG is at 81.69 right now,
which isn't bad. Like it's still bad, really good. But damn, like after this L, I think you have to shift focus. Like you can't dwell on Inner Geekdom anymore, and it sucks because like going into the season, like Barbarian was going to be the top dog in regards to Inner Geekdom at the exchange, but like now do you shift that focus to a guy like Haas, right? Like so like who knows? And we haven't seen Haas play yet, so like God knows what he's capable of doing. But Barbarian was such a dependable talent. He still is a dependable talent. If you need a win, odds are you're sending in Barbarian, and he could probably get you one. But keep
in mind. It looks like Barbarian has a top 5 all-time Inner Geekdom accuracy rate,
which is nuts. And I know my man hasn't played.
I think that's going to change though. I think that's going to change. I hate to kind of shit on older IG players. Obviously, the it's not really older who are ahead of them.
You have Smets, Saul, Parker,
Mhm.
Oyama, and that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but look at all those. Look at all those players. How long have they all been playing? IG. They're literally all first.
Smets. Oh wait, and Chandra. So Craig is 6.
It's a lot. It's a lot of the newer faces in.
It's
in
a lot of the newer
faces.
faces. But and when you look at Chandru and Smets, those are the two guys who have played the most matches over the last 2 years. In IG.
Yeah, and over the last years, they've only played about 5 matches, 4, 5. I think Smets had 5, and then Chandru has about the same, 5 or 6.
Well, let's see.
Smets has like 8 because I forgot about the.
Well, I was about to say, let's say, looking at this, Cushing only has 9 total, and they consider her the GOAT. Chandru has 9 total. Hannah has 7 matches total. Hlavik has 8. Inman only had 6. Kalinowski is the only player who's really had a ton of IG matches. That's at 17.
Yeah. Wait. He had how many Intergeekdom matches?
17.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's played like most of the tournaments. Yep. He's played 5 ways
with an accuracy percentage of 79.75.
Which again, it's not bad, especially with playing 17 matches, man.
And Smets has 7.
Oh, see, I was right. Yeah, so a lot of those numbers are going to start flipping once we get more players in that division.
Yeah,
it's the same thing I said about Star Wars. You know how once Star Wars starts to get more popular, the numbers are gonna change. You know, you're gonna see more realistic numbers,
right?
Per se. But yeah, this matchup it's gonna be interesting to see Mike Kalinowski versus Damon. And like I said, Mike Kalinowski knocked him out last time. So is this right? Is Damon feeling the fire with losing his belt and whatever, or is Mike Kalinowski gonna use this against him and be like, oh, you lost your belt. You're no longer a champion, and now you want to come over here and try to mess with me. Let me.
Who's Mike to talk about that?
He's one of the greatest of all time.
Don't talk shit.
I'm just saying.
To me, Mike Kalinowski is the best Intergeekdom player ever. To me, and I think the numbers back it up. And look at the man who's been a part of.
He had 15, not 17 matches. 9-6. That's.
But look at the things he's been a part of in this game,
that's
bro.
60, man. 9-6. Oh yeah, 15.
The thing with Mike Kalinowski, right? I personally think he's the best Intergeekdom player ever. Not only because of the games, the matches he's been a part of, but look at the moments he's been. He's not only the best character Intergeekdom's ever seen, but
I'll give him character. I still don't think he's the best IG player ever.
I think he is. If you look back,
man, did Mike shit in your scrambled eggs this morning or something?
Anything I like, Matt doesn't like.
No,
Craig is the barbarian and Matt's the contrarian. No. That's what it is.
Personally, for me, it's either Cushing or Smets. Those are my 2.
No, and I get the Cushing one, and Smets, Smets is right there, right? And I know with
and honestly, you could probably argue Mara. And she has.
No, you totally could. You totally could. You can argue a lot of people. To me, it's subjective as hell talking about the GOATs and shit, right? And I think with the exception of Dan, but Intergeekdom, that's what I'm saying. To me, I believe it's Mike. But I always get the Cushing one. I understand that, and I'm not out here trying to poo-poo the Cushing argument or Mara or Smets, right?
Also, keep in mind Mara's only 6-1, so.
Mara's pretty damn good at what she does. She's pretty damn good at it. So, and we'll see whenever we get another Mara match. She can further add on to that.
She'll either be playing Alex or Kalinowski.
And I would love to see her play Kalinowski again. I think renewing that rivalry from all them years ago would be pretty damn cool to see. But I want to ask you, Matt, before we move on, what do you think the Barbarian should do next? I know we see what Damon's doing next, right?
I said already. I agree with Suge. Singles and teams. Those are the 2 that he needs.
But where do you see him going? Tell me, what in singles and teams? Who you pair him up in teams with out of the exchange?
Griffin Newman, and this is just based off of conversations I've had with certain people. Griffin Newman, because Craig has even said, if you listen to his and JTE's Saturday stereos, that he has a teammate, and he told everyone when he gets in teams, he's going to have a top-tier talent teammate. And I think that top-tier talent teammate is none than Griffin Newman. So,
and we'll see Griffin this week. He faces Mark Edward Hoyk, and this will be a showcase for a guy who's never played an Intergeekdom match, who's been in Shimoda for a few years now, or a singles match, and has been in Shimoda for a few years now, and a guy who's been a highly touted rookie, and someone who has a lot of pressure because he was the first pick taken by the Exchange in the draft this past year. So, I do not envy Griffin Newman at all. I do not envy him, but apparently he's good. I've heard good things.
The Finstock Exchange has 2 matches this week, and we'll get to both of them. And that is Ty Lieberman playing Bradley Tingle, which right now patrons have. We have not watched it. We abstain from watching it.
Yeah. Damn
and then we have Mark Edward Hoyk versus Griffin Newman.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. So it's gonna be another big week for the Exchange. And I know like Friday is going to really overshadow a lot of shit that happens this week. But I know there's still some great matches and some great showcases for rookies that could be happening this week.
Friday is a big day.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit going on Friday. Like a lot of stuff. But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But I'll say right now, the Mercs can solidify their place in the standings on Friday. That's all I got to say. But yeah.
Let's talk about this team's match that happened last Friday. This was I know Matt and I, we both picked Shazam, and Suge had Final Exam. Final Exam, one of the better teams to come out of last year. They were really good. There's a lot of hype behind them this year, especially with Swag and Winston keeping Lon and Paul together. But this time what do you think? Because the final score was 28-22, Shazam besting Final Exam. What do you think it was? Do you think it was like more of the same with Shazam, or just like, is it more of the same with Lon? Really? Because like there were some, they only got their 2-point question in the third round. They missed their 3 and their 5. Hence why Shazam won TKO style.
So I think this match said more about Final Exam than it did Shazam. And I think it shows why Winston was trying to find someone else to pair with Paul. Because Paul almost got a perfect round. He went 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Lon had a rough first round. He said final answer in round 2 without really consulting Paul, which resulted in a wrong answer. Yeah. Yep, Leo, you nailed it on the head. He had a rough first. He missed 5 in a row in round 1. 5 in a row.
Right. 5. The stuff with Lon Harris is always he's and I hate to say this, like he's been the weaker link of the two competitors. And I don't want to poo-poo on Lon Harris because he's obviously really good.
This looked like the Lon we got in the match he lost in the singles tournament last year.
To Collins?
Yeah.
Right. The thing with the Collins match, I think Lon got cocky. And like he took the horror slice in that match to and they were laughing it up, chumming it up, and it backfired. And my man Adam Collins was like, "Oh,
well, at that point, we didn't know horror was a strength of Adam Collins, though.
That too, but still, my man had this aura to him, and Lon honestly hasn't been the same since. And even that singles tournament, right? Like you have. Like Final Exam goes to the final, they lose to the Odd Couple, who are now the belt holders within that division. But like Shazam obviously ruled, right? They kicked so much ass in this match. Like 14 collective points going after the first round, 14 more points after the second round, right? And you get a steal that you mentioned after Final Exam did miss a question, and like here we are. Like this match, damn, Babes got Oyama's number this time around, but teams were involved and their teammates were in play. Suge, what did you think of the Final Exam Shazam match?
Well, look, when we talk about the Shimona, I like to talk about it like as a sport. Matt does too, Chris does too.
Totally, yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta say one of the realest. Just gotta be honest about when it comes to the Shimona. Lon Harris is not a top tier player. Lon Harris is a middle of
It's
the
a
pack
B
player.
tier. He's a B tier.
And he has showed it the last couple of times. There's no disrespect on him personally, but you've literally showed up to matches and made huge mistakes, and you've been playing for a while. Now, granted, you could say, hey, whatever, have whatever you want to use as an explanation. But when you miss 5 in a row in round 1, you're not a top tier player. You're a rookie. You're playing like a rookie. I'm sorry to say that. It's just how it is. And that's what he's been doing. Last year we thought he was making that move. He was going to be this great player because of his character work and everything.
Right.
And he was playing well. He was playing well in the character too. Keep that in mind.
Well, I don't think so. No,
I'm talking about in the start. I'm talking about in the start.
Yeah, but his character work started overshadowing his playing. He really didn't play well in matches.
Yeah.
And we gave him a pass because, oh my God, his character work was so good.
Right.
But now it's like, wait a minute. These last couple matches, you haven't been looking good at all. Character or no character. So I think we need to stop when someone has such a great character like a Radis, like a Lon Harris, and saying they're the next great thing. They could be good, but
let's pump the brakes.
We're doing them a disservice because now a lot of people are starting to question, wait, man, we were really saying that Lon Harris was this great player. But is he a really great player?
See, and you brought up Radis, and I think that's why people kind of made the distinction of it looks like he could be the next great character. They didn't say player, they said next great character.
But you got to win your matches at the same time. Like the stuff with Lon, like I never liked voicing my opinion on the Lon, the delinquent character, because I don't want to yuck people's yums. Like, I know people love the delinquent, right? But to me, it wasn't my cup of tea. I get it. I thought it was funny at points, and it has made me chuckle. But I wasn't the biggest fan of the delinquent. Like, even when Andrew Guy was getting knocked out by Ben Bateman, go listen to Sorry for Tonight. It's really good. But like when Andrew Guy was out here losing to Ben, I'm over here like, damn, like Andrew's still really bringing the character work, and I love him for it. I thought Andrew was killing it last year, but Lon overtook that. And I mean, Final Exam, it proves that this has been the Paul Oyama show, and like Paul Oyama's he's been a dog. Talk about top tier talent. Paul Oyama is that. We've seen that the last couple weeks. Like, I don't know who the hell in Swag could possibly who can fill in for Lon at this point for a new team for Oyama. Do you want to go for a new team? Is Paul even allowed to do that? Like, is that a thing that he can do this year? I don't know, but this match wasn't good for Final Exam. Great for Paul,
no,
not too much for Lon. And Shazam was out here just like running wild, not only doing great in the first round, getting horror in the second round. And Bibbs is a beast, pun intended, at horror. So my man's out here just rattling off all the horror knowledge off the top of his head. They missed 2 questions, 2, the whole match. As a team, Shazam did, and like that speaks volumes to Shazam and their caliber of a team, right? And now they're lined up to play the Odd Couple in a rematch of Spectacular. So we're about to see these 2 teams face off again against each other, and I'm eager to see how this Shazam match goes this time around against the Odd Couple, because I mean, shit, the Odd Couple, they haven't played since Spectacular, for better or for worse. So now
let's see if they get a crazy 5-pointer again. And
yeah, that's talk about I mean, I love Edge of Tomorrow. Like, that's a movie I could put on and just watch or have as background noise. I love that movie so much. That question had me tripping. I'm still tripping about that question, and it happened almost 5 months ago. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here with that 5-point question? I'll never forget it. But This definitely spoke more to the Lon Harris stuff. And does Paul need to move on? Does Winston need to trade somebody, Chandru, and get someone good to be a good teammate to Paul? Like Leo Logan in the chat, I can sense Paul joining Chandru now. Maybe. If that's the case, then ooh shit. And that's where the story's been going. Like they need a top tier talent, and Oyama was the one that they haven't approached yet, at least the one that we've seen so far. And that'd be pretty dope. That'd be one hell of a name to have next to Chandru. Have the top dog in singles and teams join the top dog in Inner Geekdom, you know? And maybe that gets Laura to swing back around. You have that 3-headed monster that tackles all 4 divisions. That's one polarizing ass threesome at the top of swag, you know? So I'm damn. Core Cameron in the chat. Will Shazam go into this match favorite to win, and by how much? Into the match with the Odd Couple?
I think so.
Um,
The only reason I think so is based on the sheer fact that if it weren't for what seemed like a fluke of 2 poor questions in that last championship match, they'd still be the championship.
I second that notion. I don't know if they'll be favored to go into it, if any, but I would take Shazam. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, and we'll revisit this match when it happens later in the month. But as of right now, I have Shazam, but it's not by a wide margin. I'll tell you that, Corey. I think it's I'll say 3-point margin. That's where I'll put it out. It's still gonna be like a 1-question game. It'll go down to the 5. I'm not gonna sleep on Andreko and Snyder when they're together. But who knows? Like we don't know what the hell we'll get out of Snyder after that loss to Merle in March. So we'll see. We'll see what the Odd Couple's capable of doing, especially now in season 8. But when that time comes, I think the stars are going to need their top dogs to perform too. Like they're not playing for themselves anymore. They're playing for the whole faction. I know they did that last year, but this time around, especially, they have to do so. So we'll see. I got Shazam as of right now. I reserve the right to change my mind later. Suge, how do you feel about that?
No, I think this match is going to be amazing. It's going to be interesting, and like I said, if someone doesn't get a crazy 5-pointer, we'll see what happens. Jeff and Andreko haven't played for a while. We know that Roxy is really tied to them.
They played, and Jeff played Rocky in his singles match. Let's keep that in mind. He played Rocky. He played Rocky in the championship match back in December. Those are 2 straight Rocky performances out of Jeff Snyder.
Right.
So
yes, we're definitely going to see what we're going to keep an eye on that. It's going to be very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting.
The first team's titles match of the year is going to be. I mean, it's crazy that we're getting a rematch.
End of the month. Blech.
Right. End of the month will be at the end of April, and it's going to be interesting having a rematch. And I mean, I had Shazam winning at Spectacular, but I still feel good about Shazam. I think they're the best team rocking right now. Like I do also. I think Brendan and Bibiani, they complement each other so well, and I love the camaraderie. I think they do the Mercs a lot of justice, and I still cannot believe Koi stole them at the draft last year when he got them. And I mean, it's worked out in his favor having both those guys singles wise and as a team together. So with the Mercs being spearheaded by Shazam, they're going to be one hell of a team to rock with, and they're the best team rolling right now. And we'll see what happens to this team's tournament with all the new faces we got. But on paper, it's hard to see anybody beating Shazam anytime soon, personally. But this past week, it spoke a lot to multiple different fronts, right? Like we got rookie showcase and Gubbins and Frabetti, right? We got Alex Damon besting Barbarian. I don't know how many people had Damon beating Craig, with the exception of Suge down at the bottom. I thought Craig was the heavy favorite. I might have said that he was going to stomp Damon, but then that Star Wars slice had me all messed up. But then that tag match, right? And I know it's more the same with Lon Harris, but Lon just seemed more off this time around. And all 3 of these matches really spun us in a direction where I wasn't totally expecting, if I'm being frank. It did a lot for the 3 divisions involved, and shit, although Star Wars wasn't directly impacted, Alex Damon really flexing his Star Wars chops one more time in Inner Geekdom. Like that man is just a damn encyclopedia. And I mean, that's not news to anybody, but shit, as long as Star Wars is a part of Inner Geekdom, Alex apparently will always be a threat in that division, which is absolutely terrifying to think of. But this upcoming week, though, there's I know we got a lot of rooks this upcoming week, and do we want to do predictions now?
No, I was gonna say before we get into predictions, I do want to do our wheel slices of the week.
Let's do it. Wheel slice of the week, baby.
I didn't get to pick one this week, so you guys are good.
I technically have two because I'm picking from a match, and that match is Damon Barbarian because I alluded to it. Okay. That Spider-Man wheel slice pops its ugly head again and gives some tougher questions, and then Damon being because Damon being Damon, of course he lands on Star Wars. Right.
That damn Star Wars slice, dude. Like,
hey, don't talk about Ferris's personal friend like that.
Right, that's Ferris's best friend, Alex Damon. Like, I saw that, Ferris. And by proxy, that's my best friend, Alex Damon. Leo Logan, no, he did not replace you. You still are my best friend. But I love those wheel slices. I do love Spider-Man. I chose it a couple weeks ago when John Humphrey and Saul had their match. But that damn Star Wars, dude, that pesky Star Wars. As gross as that Spider-Man category is, that Star Wars really rocks me too. Especially with the context and the match and who spun it, especially. My choice for wheel slice of the week. I was not expecting this slice. Was caught a little bit off guard. I know there were some good ones. Leo Logan, my best friend, we're on the same wavelength, Bubba. Oprah Winfrey for Peggy Gubbins. No, it's not Chris. Bounce off. Look, I mean, you can. Why do we got to be like that, Ferris? Like why can't they be my best friend too? I've never met him, so I know that doesn't do me any justice. But I mean, he could still be my friend. Like I'm not gonna close that book yet. Me and Alex Damon, we could really hit it off. Who knows? But no, Peggy Gubbins spinning Oprah
Toby
Winfrey
would feel
had
so betrayed.
He'll be but the Peggy Gubbins spinning Oprah Winfrey to me was a moment that I was like, huh? Like I'm like Oprah, and she was so confident. Her confidence in spinning Oprah. I know that Peggy's the Chi-Town lady. She's the Chi-Town girl, right? Like Oprah, no stranger to Chicago. And I was pleasantly surprised at the question. We got a Color Purple mention. We got a Wrinkle in Time mention as well. Ava DuVernay's name popped up a couple times, or popped up in one of the questions. And that Native Son question, Lord, like talk about like there was a decent, like a good amount of like Corey mentioned earlier when we were talking about questions at the surface level questions with newer categories. Native Son, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what the hell that is. I knew the other three, but not Native Son. And I'm like, oh, at least off the top of the dome. Harpo, who dis? Like that's now you see who said that? Why are we putting if Alex Day wants to come on Spin for the Real, like by all means he can do so. No one has to leave. No one has to leave, bro. Don't put words in my mouth, Ferris, my evil doppelganger. Get out of here. Ferris, what the hell? If you got something to say, like Matt, send Ferris to leave. He can come say it to my face. But the thing with
Ferris doesn't talk crap to people's face. He's scared.
Ferris only talks shit when I'm on his show. When he's not on he's not on mine. Oh, come on out. Yeah. We can send you the link. Ferris, come say what's up. I don't know why we gotta fight over Alex. Like, come on now. Like you Molly didn't say shit to you when you're like, oh, Alex, my best friend. That's her husband. Damn it. But my favorite wheel slice this week.
Chris is one of my best friends. He's not my best friend. Toby is Chris's best friend, and you'll see Toby on Saber Reels when it makes its return very soon.
I'm in the camp where you can have multiple best friends. Same. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's why I'm saying, like Leo Logan, my best friend in the chat, he already knows. Alex Damon, when we meet, hopefully, inevitably, he'll be my best friend too.
You know, if you had gone to Celebration on Sunday, also you would have met him.
I met Alex. Well, actually, technically, I didn't meet Alex. Now that I think about it, I met Alex and Molly at Celebration, but we didn't chat. We didn't chat for too long, and I was just a nerd at Celebration. Like, oh, Alex, David, Chris, you taking this little sense chill, man? You chill, Ferris. Get me hot in the chat. God damn, can't do anything. You need to cool it. Come in my chat, accusing me of replacing people on Spin for the Real. Don't attack my best friends and my best shows, damn it. Ferris.
Damn.
Come on now. And if anyone knows about chilling out, it should be you. You need to chill, Ferris. But look, besides the point, Oprah Winfrey was my favorite Will Slash this past week. I thought it was fun seeing Oprah in the Schmodown. That was a lot. It made me chuckle. Just thinking about it makes me chuckle. Peggy Gubbins went 4 for 4 in it, getting all 8 of her points out of that. And it was a nice mix of some great flicks like Color Purple and some not so good flicks like A Wrinkle in Time. So I was pleasantly surprised at the category. I really liked it. Shout out to Oprah. More Oprah. Oprah, you'll get a Schmodown. You'll get a Schmodown. I rock with that. Hell yeah. Love Will Slice of the week.
Ferris, check your DMs.
Ferris want to come like, yeah, come on, Ferris. You want to come on the show? Come on the show, Ferris. Come talk about shit. Send me no. Oh, why are you gonna point the shit at Suge now? Hold up. Yeah, check the DMs. Check the DMs. But that was Will Slice of the week. Thank you so much.
He thinks he could talk shit to my face, but yeah.
So let's do these predictions for this week because we have 5 matches. 5. Count them. We have a pay-per-view this week. We have a little bit of a throwdown on Friday. And we have a nice mix of vet talent and a lot of debuts this week in singles and in Star Wars. And the first one I kind of want to tackle is the one that actually went up to patrons today. It's Bradley the Cube Tingle and the Tyrant Ty Lieberman. Suge, who you got?
Well, it's 2 rookies, and it's like, all right, who are you gonna go for? Like,
right,
rookies. You've not seen them, and so it's very interesting.
I heard the ping, baby. Ferris.
Oh, look who it is. Oh, wait, are you at work?
No, I'm at home. My brother just trying to do some homework, just trying to watch some college football. And you have Jackass McGee on here with his stupid beard. Hey, he doesn't know what color he wants it to be. He wants it to be gray. He wants it to be black. He doesn't know what it is. He ain't saying I don't talk. Yeah, I'm scared. I ain't scared. I ain't
scared. You're scared.
I'm scared. Who am I scared of? Tell me.
You know who you're scared of. You know who you're scared of.
I ain't scared of you.
Chris, you want to get popcorn?
Oh, you definitely know you're scared of me. We already know that.
Just because you look like a thumb, don't make you powerful like a thumb. Okay.
Oh no.
Right. Just relax.
Look, Ferris. I don't. I think
you got to make your hair a little bit more raggedy, Chris.
Right. Look. So I know my hair. I know our hair curls different, Ferris, but it's
I got a Jared curl. You got the fro.
Right. Look,
and I got that in between.
And you got the in between.
Right. The happy medium. Right.
And Suge has no hair.
I don't.
Loser.
I'm not a loser. I just don't like the way my hair grows. Shit. Why you gotta come on here messing with me?
Don't say comments like he's scared. He don't talk shit to people.
You are scared. You
scared
ain't gonna say nothing. What are you gonna say to me? Like, I'll come to San Francisco and
comedian. I gotta stick with your name on it.
I will go into that store and take whatever I want.
I gotta stick with your name on it.
And then you're gonna be like,
scratch that.
You're gonna back it up.
No, scratch that, Suge. I got a crowbar with your name on it.
Damn! Why? You gotta bust up the crowbar?
My name is not Jason Todd, okay? So don't.
Damn!
I'll make you the Red Hood real quick. Your head, the Red Hood will be all blood. I'm trying. Let's talk Schmodown. Are we talking Schmodown?
Yeah.
We're talking about predictions for this week.
Hold on. Ferris, it's Monday.
It is Monday. It's true.
Gotta wait. He'll make an exception. Ferris doesn't talk Schmodown any other week other than Friday, but he'll make an exception today.
Look, we got the boy on today. We got my doppelganger.
Ferris, what's the score right now?
21-8 Baylor.
Damn.
Against Gonzaga. Did you all see that? Did you see that shot that Gonzaga hit to beat UCLA? What's the luckiest thing in the world? I know we're talking Schmodown, my bad, but that was so lucky.
Look, okay, so Suge, we were talking Tingle Lieberman matching up today for patrons. Who you got?
I think I'm gonna take Lieberman.
Ferris, since you just joined us.
I also got volleyball.
Right.
That seems to happen when Ferris is around.
It's the energies. It's the energies that are coming right now.
I also have Ty Lieberman because I know we let's be real. We know nothing about Brad Tingle. We know Jack nothing. but I do know for a fact that Ty Lieberman was Craig's trivia buddy because and we all value
Bears,
Craig's.
you taking all my points right now because I have Ty the Tyrant for the same reasons.
Exactly. No, it's literally because like we got to use the information that's revealed to us. He was Craig's trivia buddy outside of the Schmodown. Craig joined the Schmodown, and then he brought Ty with him. So if Craig is saying he's just as good as me, slightly better,
especially he said probably slightly better in singles. He did say that.
That's interesting.
Like
that's
yeah.
interesting.
So and we think Craig is phenomenal and he's had like his 2 matches he looked pretty good. We think he's pretty good.
3%.
Exactly. So if that guy's saying he's slightly better than me, it's like, oh shit, we gotta pick you. It's like if Patrick Mahomes was like, oh yeah, this random dude that we don't know, he's slightly better than me. Everyone's gonna look at that quarterback.
You mean Watson?
No, not
we're
anymore.
not going to say that name on this show. Come on now. Before he brings us down with him. But I will join y'all in picking Lieberman because I mean maybe because we're exposed to more FinStock Exchange, but I haven't heard this Tingle guy's name since the draft, and even then I was like, huh? Like I know I said that for a lot of folks that got drafted that night, but I've just seen nothing and heard nothing but great things about Ty Lieberman. And the fact that Barbarian's like, yeah, he's out here just as good as me, if not better. That's high praise coming from the Barbarian of all people. Like, I will also pick Lieberman for the sake of that. But damn it. Woo! Is that a train?
Oh, I missed the train. I missed the train.
Lieberman train, baby.
There's running trains over there at his house.
Let's go. We're all on the Ty Lieberman train, especially Ferris, goddammit. But Thursday, please.
Mark Edward Hoyk versus Griffin Newman. I'm going to start it off by saying I got Griffin Newman. Just everything I've heard from sources, this dude's the real deal. So I'm going. I love what I've seen of Mark Edward Hoyk, but I like what I'm hearing about Griffin Newman, and I think I'm going to go with who's probably considered the underdog in this match and the unknown, and I'm going to go Griffin Newman.
Whew. Ferris, yeah.
I disagree. I'm going with Mark Edward Hoyk. I think we are just scratching the surface with Mark Edward Hoyk, and if he's with Shannon, she's gonna have him study with the team. And I think he's writing about his general spots because, hey, man, let's be real. The man was the first movie trivia nerd, okay? Like, I understand that doesn't mean a lot for people, but it means a lot to me. The man was the first, like, beat the geeks. He was the movie geek, and he needs that signature win. He needs to have – I think he has a possibility of going on a run if it's necessary because we saw how he aced horror, how he aced it. Like, he aced it. Like, he went a solid 4 or 5 rounds perfect. That's what it's 20 questions straight of perfection. And honestly, he's just been saddled with teams. It's just, he's just a team, just teams. But let's see him how he does as an individual. And I think as an individual, he will skyrocket. Just because Griffin Newman got a podcast about film, don't mean he knows trivia.
He was also prominent in trivia in New York. That's the other reason I chose him.
Well, I didn't know this.
Yeah, Matt's known for running around in the New York trivia circles.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you were from Cleveland. What is this?
Man, I got my sources. Don't worry about it.
Right. Suge, who you got? Hoyk or Newman?
Look at there's Mark Edward Hoyk is gonna get his first win in the Schmodown, and it's gonna be this week. I don't know much about Newman. I know Matt's saying that he ran around, he runs around in New York, trivia, things like that. But I think Hoyk is going to be – he knows the game. He knows the game very well. He knows trivia. And if he's able to get categories that he can on that wheel slice, I think he's going to do good. So I think Mark Edward Hoyk, the guy is full of knowledge. And you're right, Chris. He's only played in teams. So I think Mark Edward Hoyk's going to take this match.
Oh man, I'm so torn. I'm so conflicted with this because of course I've heard I may not be running around the New York trivia circles like Matt, but I've heard nothing but good things about Griffin Newman. But Mark Edward Hoyk, I want him to succeed so bad in this damn league. And the horror free-for-all was like our first inkling of what he could really do on his own. And yeah, he may not have won the thing. He lost to his faction mate, Adam Collins. But my man was the MVP. He had a standout performance in the horror free-for-all. Like, and does Newman know that? Does Newman has he had enough time to study the game to know the game as much as Hoyk has with corruption? Because Hoyk's been a different player with corruption. It's no secret. It's absolutely no secret. I'm not gonna front. Going into this, I was gonna pick Newman. Coming out of this conversation, I think I just got swung on Hoyk. So I'm gonna go with.
I'll take that extra point. Thank you.
I'm gonna go with Hoyk.
I'll take the 3-point lead. I'll take the 3-point lead, Chris.
Let's move on before I wring your neck, Nat. Like on Friday, Star Wars matchup. 2 rooks. It's John Hoey and Eric Whiteley, 2 guys. I believe is Hoey with the Dungeon?
Yep.
Yes.
Right. And Eric Whiteley coming from Blind Wave, a lot of anticipation coming from Eric Whiteley. Right. The nightly Eric Whiteley. I'll go first on this one. I'm gonna pick Eric Whiteley. I know that my man is already in the Star Wars tournament. Doesn't mean he won the match, but there's been a lot of hype behind this man. And I mean, coming from Blind Wave he was one of the bigger rookies to get a lot of anticipation and hype behind him. And I think he cannot afford it.
Popularity. It's literally just popularity.
But is he with the Mercs? He's with the Mercs,
He's
right?
with the Mercs, yeah.
And the Mercs, I don't think the Mercs can take another L like that. They've had enough L's this year, and I'm standing by Whiteley. Eric the Nightly Whiteley. I got him winning this match. Ferris, what about you?
I'm going with John Hoey because let's be real here. What are we seeing from Eric Whiteley that indicates that he even knows Star Wars? That he reacts to Star Wars videos? That's it. He's reacting to Star Wars videos. That's all he's done. With John Hoey, we know for a fact he's a part of Star Wars Newsnet, like the news, like legitly, like their job is to gain news and all that stuff. And he has a podcast with 2 other competitors who also, one of them got drafted, and the other one was unfortunately not drafted, James Baney. And it's like saying, hey, we have a person we know does Star Wars knowledge, who has Star Wars knowledge and news, and then here's this dude who says he likes Star Wars. I'm going with the guy whose actual job is to collect Star Wars news and information, and he has months. See, here's the thing with some of these rookies. When were these matches recorded? How
Right.
much time do they have to prepare? Because it occurs to me that the Marie Wilson Sean Sullivan match and the Saul John Humphrey match, they probably only had like 2 weeks to prepare.
Right. That's correct.
And then it's time to film. Then we're releasing it in early March. The rookies down towards the end probably had 4 weeks to prepare. We don't know when these were filmed. And I'm going with Hoey because I trust Hoey's background and knowledge over Eric Whiteley, because there is nothing to show me that Eric Whiteley has Star Wars in the back of his knowledge. Like I've seen nothing. Oh, he reacts to videos. Okay, I'm not diminishing the reactor community, but I'm just saying, like, okay, you reacted. Okay, that's dope. That's great. That's on you. But do you know who the 4th band member in Max Rebo and the Katina band is? Do you know that guy? I don't know if Riley knows that guy. Do you know the 4th Ewok next to Wicket? I don't know he knows that. Do you know the stormtrooper who didn't die? No.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean,
we'll see.
We'll see on Friday.
We'll see, but I have more faith in Hoey knowing
Totally.
the clarinet player in the Cantina band more than Eric Whiteley. That's all I gotta say.
Touche, Suge.
And I could probably eat my words. Most of the time, I'm like some of these people. I'm willing to eat my words. If I'm wrong, I'm like, yeah, sure, I was wrong. It is what it is.
I mean, and the fact Ferris is probably 99% wrong half the time.
That's literally not true, but okay. That's literally not true, but all right.
Literally true.
That's literally not true.
Watch him pick MMA fights is the worst thing. He picks every wrong fight.
I've literally predicted some correct assessments.
Some
because of me.
This dude is a straight liar, bro. Like the diminishment of this man's knowledge has been awful, dude. Like you,
Of
like
who's-
when Suge lies, his forehead crinkles up and it creates like a
No,
little
no,
clown.
that's just my hairline.
Like
That's just
yeah.
my hairline.
You have no hairline. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a
You have
hairline.
no hair.
There's a hairline. There's a hairline.
There's a hairline. What are you talking about?
Where-
Just
where-
shave
where-
it.
Get
where-
those. Get those. Hey, you
It's
better get
just-
some better glasses, okay? Get some better
Shit, you're
glasses.
probably
so you can
right.
see it.
You see what? I see nothing.
But I'm gonna agree with Ferris here. I think Hoey is gonna take it. I think it's gonna be a close match. It's rookies, so I don't expect this going perfect first round, perfect second round. And Ferris is right. We don't know what Eric knows his knowledge. He may know a lot, but we don't know for sure. And the same with Hoey. So this is really a 50-50 shot, but you're going to go with somebody that talks about it on a daily basis. You know, Eric talks about more than just Star Wars. He talks all kinds of things. This is straight focused on Star Wars, and Hoey talks about Star Wars. So I'm comfortable with going with Hoey. I mean, and Eric could come out and just get like with Gold Leader. We didn't expect that from Gold Leader because we didn't know that he knew all that. Sure, you did, Ferris.
Yeah,
I know you didn't, but whatever.
Actually, I
No, you
did.
didn't.
I actually did. You know, I actually researched him. I found out some of his Trivia Nation matches.
Like I said, Ferris afterwards says he did research.
But I did. No, but I'm not these people that be like, hey guys, watch me do research. Like I do my research behind the scenes because that's what people should do. They should research it, then create the assessment. Shut the fuck up, Shug.
Whoa! That came out of nowhere. Whoa!
Oh no, that didn't come from nowhere. That didn't come from nowhere.
He was building that up. He was definitely waiting.
Matt, you know what, Matt? I apologize. I came on your show. I'm being very mad this week. I apologize to you, Matt. I'm so sorry.
Why are you just apologizing to Matt? Like why?
Because you're an ass, Chris. Shut
I'm
up.
an ass.
Yeah.
I'm you.
No, you're not.
Look at us, motherfucker.
No, Chris, you're right. You are me. I'm an asshole. So are you.
I'm just glad we could. I'm glad we could admit this.
I can admit this.
And that makes me happy, boy. Matt, who you got? Whiteley, Hoey.
I'm actually going Whiteley here. At the end of the day, I'm that guy who I try to read into tea leaves, and for some reason, you have Hoey, you have Whiteley, or you have Hoey, and you have Wit, both on the dungeon. Who's in the Star Wars tournament?
Sure.
I actually have a theory about that. I have a theory about that. So I'm pretty sure the reason he's not in the tournament is due to the fact that probably after this match was taped, his baby was born. John Hoey has a new kid, and I'm thinking he was studying for this match. He got this match under his belt due to the fact that now the kid is being born. He's taking the next couple of months to worry about the kid. That's why he's not in the tournament.
As the only guy in here that has a kid, you need a couple months after a kid's born to get.
Because
you don't
also
sleep.
Let's point out where's Molly Damon. Like the only person I bet
there
you
are a
the
lot
person,
of noticeable people that are not
with
in
the
this
dungeon.
tournament.
I feel like the only Star Wars person that had time to do this tournament was Adam Witt. So by default, they had to do admin because then people kept talking. Oh, what about Mara? Mara has a belt to defend, and she can't devote that much time.
Right,
she can devote time.
My question is, you brought up Molly. I'm curious, what would be the reasoning for Molly not being there? I'm very curious about that.
I don't know.
We don't know.
But no, but me.
Wait, how do you not know, Ferris? Aren't your personal friends?
Yeah, you're apparently Alex's best friend.
Hey, this wasn't brought up at our weekly brunch meetings. Okay,
brunch.
Okay.
Relax.
Where's my invite to brunch?
You in Oklahoma? No one wants to deal with your ass.
No one wants to deal with your ass.
Come on! My mirror image. You're not going to invite me to.
So, Chris, why you keep saying my mirror image, dude? You're me. I'm not you.
You're my clone. You're my clone. My clone.
My ass.
You are my clone.
No, you know who you are, Chris. You're the clone Arnold Schwarzenegger that didn't know he was a clone. Then found out he was a clone when he pulled his eyelid, and there was 4 death markers under his eyelid. And I'm the real Arnold Schwarzenegger that showed up to my son's birthday party. What's that movie called? I gotta find that.
How can you be pulling references from movies you don't know? Like that's see, like, and you gotta stay in your lane, like how I'm staying in my lane, saying that I'm the rightful king of this.
The sixth day. There it is. That's the movie. The 6th day.
So, besides the point, Matt, take it away with our pay-per-view on Friday. We got this throwdown.
Who did you pick, Chris? Who'd you pick?
I picked Wiley. I started this thing off. I picked Wiley.
Okay, sorry, because I'm marking them down, so going ahead and looking at them.
Yeah, I got Wiley.
All right. This is the match I'm very excited to talk about. This is the undercard for the pay-per-view on Friday.
Right.
This is Stacey Howard versus Kevin Smith. So, Ferris, I'm going to throw it to you. Who do you got?
Let me go check. Let me check my notes. Who would I pick? I picked Kevin Smith. Yeah, that's who I picked. Because I think Kevin Smith can beat these players that are like Stacey Howard and Gray Drake and Chris Jericho, Brittany Young. Like those players are like, I put them all in the same category.
Sure.
But that's all Kevin Smith can beat, so I think he's gonna beat Stacey Howard.
It's a 6-day quote.
Yeah,
oh my God.
That's who you are, Chris. That's who you are.
Look, and I mean, I don't know what this is.
The clone said that. The clone said that.
And yeah, you just said that. So you out here, you're mentioning the 6th day.
You're the clone.
Leo looking got Kevin Smith going 3-0.
Yeah, he's going 3-0.
Look, if Kevin Smith goes 3-0, are we really going to start taking him serious that he actually wants to be in the Schmodown?
Yeah.
Because if you beat Stacey Howard has beat Eric Zipper.
This is the man who, remember, this is also the guy who called out Dan Merle after his first match.
Yeah. But did he know what Dan was? Did he know who Dan was?
Yeah, I think he was joking about that.
That's why I laughed when I said it.
Like, my man,
but
he didn't know who Dan was.
No, but he's being a lot more serious than Chris Jericho is. Like, he's actually in it. When it comes to this match, though, is Stacey Howard going to get starstruck from seeing Kevin Smith? Is Kevin Smith going to be, what's going to be his mindset? I think when the guy gets high, he's actually pretty better at playing the game.
He's probably going to choke up right before.
Yeah, he admitted it. So, I think I want to see Kevin Smith win, but I'm gonna say Stacey Howard, but I do want to see Kevin Smith win. But
damn it, I'm picking Stacey. I don't know why. I can't. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and give you some bullshit reason. I just have a feeling it's gonna be Stacey.
I'm gonna enjoy a 4-point lead in our standings, Chris.
It's crazy how I'm gonna punch you in the face the second I see you next weekend. Like, I'm gonna see you.
Wait, why is Ferris always got to take some jabs at me?
Because it's fun.
No,
it's literally fun.
It's just building up because when I see you, I'm just gonna fucking clothesline you.
It's crazy how like the left side of the screen is coming with all this hostility and bullshit.
Tell me. So you're gonna clothesline me when I'm not gonna be able to see you. So you're gonna sucker punch me like a punk. Is that so? You just admitted that you're a punk.
No, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it coming. You're gonna see it coming. It ain't gonna be a sucker punch.
Well, it's not gonna, if I see it coming, it's not gonna happen because you're gonna swing.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
And then you're gonna lose all your energy due to the fact that you're 45 and diabetic. Then when you're inches away from passing out,
you're gonna bring my man's diabetes into this.
I'm just gonna kick you. I'm just gonna kick you on the side, and you're gonna fall down like a little. Look at
here, young man. I'm gonna clothesline the shit out of you now. Clothesline from hell is coming.
You have to reach my head to clothesline me.
It's a big head. I ain't gonna miss it.
5 foot. You're 5 foot. You're 5 foot even.
I'm not 5 foot. I'm 5'6".
Okay, fine. You're 5'1". Okay, you're 5'1". Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I didn't want to give you. I don't want to.
Ferris, how tall are you?
I'm only 5'7".
Ferris is.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Like, what the hell?
Sugar's 5 foot nothing, 100 pounds of nothing. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing.
Nothing now.
Ferris got a 10-minute of stone that's like 6'4".
This is gonna happen.
No, he's right.
This is what Sugar's gonna do. He's gonna try to swing on me, and I'm just gonna do this. It's like, stop it.
No,
stop it.
That's not gonna happen.
Stop it.
First off, I know you're not even that coordinated, so I'm not worried about that. No, you're not.
Hey, watch me when I swing my knee to your forehead.
Yo, that's not gonna happen.
Hold on, guys. If you want to talk about battles, let's talk about this battle that we're going to be getting between Dan Merle and Adam Collins.
Right.
Version 2. Let's go. How you feeling? Suge, who you got? Suge?
Man,
this is a toughie. This is a hard one.
No, it's not tough. It's what how we saw how Adam beat Dan last time. So now Adam's in a different position, but I think he's going to be so comfortable. I think he's going to be able to beat Dan again. I don't know if it's going to go into sudden death, but I have a feeling that it's just going to be a great 5-rounder. And I'm going to pick Adam Collins. I think he's really. It's going to come down to he's going to have to hit a round 2 slice or some round where he doesn't have the same knowledge. He doesn't know the knowledge of a certain category, and that's what's going to sink him. And I just don't think it's going to happen this time against Damaro.
Chris, who you got?
Damn it. I'm also going to pick Adam Collins. That's the homie. I've been fucking with Adam Collins. Like, I mean, I feel like we all hitched our wagon to Adam Collins, with the exception of Matt. The second he beat Roca, and that spoke volumes. And they had one kick-ass match in this past spectacular. It was one question in sudden death is what sunk Dan, and this match may go to sudden death again. We may be playing all night on Friday, and I'm so here for it. I think whoever wins, we will also win as well as fans. But I'm going to pick the guy who's holding the belt with corruption, Adam Collins, personally.
Fair, so you got?
I guess it's probably going to be probably a 3 out of 4, maybe. I'm going with Adam Collins as well. I think Suge had a point. He's going to be more comfortable going up against Dan because he saw what Dan could do. Sometimes like Anderson Silva fought Chael Sonnen the first time, and Chael Sonnen almost beat him. And then the second match, it wasn't even a close match where he just finishes him pretty easily. But this isn't. I'm not saying like Adam Collins is gonna knock out Dan Murray. I'm just saying he's gonna be better, comfortable. And sometimes I know we don't want to talk about because everyone loves Dan Murray. Sometimes he doesn't look good, and sometimes he forgets stuff. Sometimes he gets stuff that does not fit his mental category of film.
He's human.
He's human. Like people forget. When I think it was Ethan Irwin, where he got sci-fi. He had to check down a couple of times, and then he missed the one question that Ethan Irwin stole. And I think that's going to be the thing for this match. It's going to be someone's going to get a category that they don't navigate well, and it's going to be a literally close. It's going to be like 1 or 2 points. That's how close it's going to be. Like one.
It's going to be a close game.
Yes,
it'll go down to one question, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, Suge, you got something you put in the private chat. You got something to say? What is it?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Come here.
Oh, it's that abomination of a woman named Lily. Is that what we're doing?
Shut up, Paris.
Yeah, face, Lily. Yeah. Children are the reflection of their parents. Bad kids, bad parents.
Damn.
Oh, she's a great kid, though. She's a great
horrible kid.
Wait, if you're gonna say that, what does that say about you?
Damn.
I'm a great kid. My parents were amazing.
You a damn.
You just said you're a damn asshole like 5 minutes ago. Like I don't.
Yeah, but that don't mean I'm a bad person.
If you're an asshole, like come on.
40 cameras left.
Matt, who you got? Collins Murrow.
So, a couple fun facts, real quick. 1, Dan Murrow has never lost the number 1 contenders match. 2,
sure.
Okay, Dan Murrow has never lost a championship match where he's coming against the person who has the belt currently.
That's true.
Facts.
That's true.
And fact number 3, last time there was some unbeatable player in the Schmodown defending their belt for the first time, Dan Murrow went perfect and beat them. I have Dan Murrow.
So did you just say Adam Collins is Ethan Irwin? Dude, I'm like,
I didn't say Ethan Irwin. I didn't say Ethan Irwin. I said the last time there was an unbeatable player in the Schmodown, Dan beat him in the championship match to take the belt back. That's all I said. I wasn't comparing the two. I'm just saying the situation is the exact same, basically.
You have a good point.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not the same situation. It's digital, where Adam is comfortable and Dan Murrow thrives in the live events. He plays his best in live events. He's not playing in the live event. He's playing in the digital match.
I get that. I'm just saying. I am going with Murrow for this match.
And let's be real. If Bateman, I don't want to. If Bateman didn't fumble his fifth round in the one digital match him and Merle had.
Bateman didn't fumble his fifth
going,
round in either of those matches.
Well, I'm just saying because that
well,
if
he would have just listened to Ferris and knew Lucas Black.
Right. Like, I mean,
no, Scratchy, dude. Even at the live event, dude, he would have won it if he didn't say. I think it was a speed round question during the buzzers.
It's Black Panther.
He said Infinity War. If he said in Black Panther, he goes up and he hits all his fives, all his last rounds, and Dan also hits all. He wins.
Right.
That's what people don't realize is it was that Ben made me consider and be like, oh, there's many shots of me winning the match. No, it was literally you saying Infinity War that cost you the match. Because if he says Black Panther and they both hit their five round questions, Ben Bateman's still champion until from Atlanta. Like, right. It is what it is.
Right. Or maybe he inevitably loses to Collins in Spectacular. Like, you know what I mean? So who knows? Yeah. Who knows? But
it would have probably been Bateman versus Collins at Spectacular instead of Merle versus Collins at Spectacular.
Right.
Because
I don't know if Bateman beats Ethan that match though.
Well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We don't know. Maybe not.
We'll never know.
But that's my point. I don't know if he would have. But
yeah.
No, but this Friday's gonna be awfully interesting. There's a lot of a lot of great shit going on this week in the Schmodown. But I don't want to steal Matt's shit, but that's the show. That's our show for today. Unless we're missing anything, Matt. Did we miss anything?
That's it. We got it all.
Hell yeah, Ferris! Thanks for coming on the program, brother. I know it's real spontaneous. We'll have to get you on proper. I know you do other things on Mondays that may coincide with this, so we'll have to plan that out. But again, thanks for coming on for the half hour, 45 minutes that you did.
Much appreciated.
Suge, thank you so much.
Can we please not have him back on?
No, I mean,
I love Ferris. Ferris is my boy. We talk shit, but it's nothing but love.
It's all love. That's
right.
Brothers
yeah, actually, when we get off this, I'm gonna fucking talk shit to him. Like,
fuck you, man.
I mean, from like I know, like I love my clones just as much as I love the real ones.
You're my clone. What are you talking about right now?
I love.
Who are you?
Ferris, how old are you?
I'm 20 something.
Just say your age, bro.
I'm 22.
Oh, so I'm older than Ferris. Holy shit!
Yeah,
so you are my clone. Just so we can make that clear.
Yep.
Suge, thank you so much for coming on the program. Really appreciate it, brother. We'll see you again very, very soon. Check Suge and I tomorrow on Stereo. We're gonna be talking some FCL stuff. Yes, we'll be talking some FCL stuff. There's 2 new matches on tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about that directly after the show ends. And we'll wait till the show ends this time to actually do the show before we miss anything else fun. And Brad Gilmore has to come on and tell us about it. But we'll do that tomorrow. FCL directly after the show ends. My FCL, I believe, C.A. Lopez, FCS, and Suge. Is your Suge Knight 323?
Should be.
Hell yeah, brother.
A friendly reminder: Thursday we have Really Scared. Friday we have Wrestle Reel. And Sunday, we do not have Real Talk this week. We're doing a Wrestle Real Talk hosted by Chris and Nick.
Let's go. WrestleMania. WrestleMania's this weekend. Big weekend for wrestling.
Oh shit, that's true.
Both Nick and I will be doing watch-alongs. Ferris, Suge, you guys are more than invited to come on and watch some wrestling with us. Both nights, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be watching. Starts at 6 p.m. Central for me, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be right. So it'll be both nights. Nick and I will be live on the channel. We're inviting everybody that watches wrestling.
Man, I love wrestling, but I don't get to talk wrestling a lot. I need to talk.
Only if you knew like someone that looked just like you that did a wrestling show. Like who knows?
Chris, let me be on your goddamn podcast, okay?
Word, okay.
You want me to ask you? You want me to ask you?
No, you don't. You have to ask me. No, you don't have to ask me. I'll ask you. I'll ask you. But look, that's this weekend. We'll have Wrestle Reel 3 straight days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on this channel. It's gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be a lot of fun in the process. Come hang out with us. Watt Real Entertainment and follow us on the socials.
I know a lot of wrestling history. I don't really know like that much modern day shit. I know the wrestlers. The modern day, but I don't know the storylines.
That's fine.
really
That's
stop
fine.
caring about the storyline.
We rarely talk about the new shit anyway. At least we don't talk about the weekly shows all that much. So we'll figure it out, Ferris. But follow Matt and I at the Twitter's at the bottom. WattMovies_Matt, C Anthony Lopez, Spin from the Real, the show's Twitter page. Follow us on there. Like the channel or subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Leave a comment after we're done. It's greatly appreciated. And
yes,
damn, we have a lot of stuff.
It helps with the algorithm. People leave comments.
Let us know what you think of the show.
Comment on how weird Shook's forehead looks like.
And let us know who's the real one, Ferris or myself.
Look at it. Look.
All right, folks. Remember, Spin from the Real, not the peg. And